The flag at Camp Pendleton flies at half-staff. A reminder of the reality of war.
We are certainly grateful for their lives, their courage, and their sacrifice, and our hearts go out to their families.
The first coalition casualties in Iraq, 4 Americans and 8 British die when their CH-46 transport helicopter crashes and burns near the Iraqi border. Officials say caused by mechanical failure.
We're scared that something like this would happen.
The pilot, 30-year-old Captain Ryan Beaupre, was based at Camp Pendleton, California, and is mourned by family in his hometown of Bloomington, Illinois.
He did always want to fly. He thought that he could do more as a person, and said that he was going to join the Marine Corps.
Also killed in the helicopter crash, 36-year-old Major Jay Oben of Waterville, Maine, 25-year-old Corporal Brian Kennedy of Houston, Texas, and 29-year-old Staff Sergeant Kendall Watersby of Baltimore, Maryland.
George Bush, take a good look at this, man, because you took my only son away from me.
His father angrily blamed George W. Bush.
You lose your only son and child, and you don't really know what's really going on, but what they tell you.
When anyone loses a member of their family, it's not something that's taken lightly, and we mourn the loss of these Marines.
Before the end of the second day of the ground invasion, 2 more Marines were killed in action. Their names have not yet been released. At this family diner in Fort Stewart, Georgia, military families, many with relatives serving in the Gulf, watch nervously as the war unfolds, hoping that there will be no more casualties, but somehow knowing it will not be the end.
I just hope they get back safe, do a good job. I know they've all been trained to do it, and just do your job and get back home safe.
Get it over with and bring them home.
And that's exactly what all the families here at Camp Pendleton are hoping for. You look around this base at the cars and businesses and homes, and you see yellow ribbons tied around some of the cars and the mailboxes and the trees out here at Camp Pendleton. Aaron, back to you.
Thank you, Thelma. Your heart goes out to that father, and you understand his sorrow and his pain as well. Thank you, Thelma Gutierrez, Camp Pendleton. Some of the best photographers in our business, in the world of journalism, are in Iraq or trying to get into Iraq. Believe me, not all of them are carrying television cameras. Many, and we have great affection for still cameras and the photographers of the Associated Press and others. Before we go to Larry King Live, take a moment to show you some of their work, moments of war, quite literally frozen in time. Some of the still pictures of the shot by the men and women of the Associated Press. Powerful stuff, that. And that concludes Strike on Iraq, the Front Lines. This 2 hours, Larry King Live, coming up in just a second. I'll see you again on Newsnight, 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Day will have broken in Baghdad by then. Larry's coming up for Wolf Blitzer, who's had a long day in Kuwait. We'll see you again at 10. Heidi Collins has the headlines up next.
Good evening, everyone. We do continue our coverage on the strike on Iraq with Larry King in just a moment. But first, this is the news happening at this hour. American and British forces report little significant opposition in their campaign to take Iraq. These troops seized control of the Iraqi port of Qasr. And to the west, you're looking at members of the 3rd Infantry. They moved through the southern town of Safwan, apparently greeted warmly by the mostly Muslim residents. Also in the south, the first surrender of an entire Iraqi division and the seizure of the Fall Peninsula, a convoy that stretches miles wide, is closing in on the halfway point to Baghdad. For now, we will go to Larry King Live. He joins us now.